Hello, viewers of Wasteland TV. We are here with
Vernon Wells from Road Warrior
and Fortress
and Commando. And let me think, about 85 other films.
And how many Power Ranger episodes?
Oh dear God. A full season.
Which one?
5 movies.
5 movies of Power Rangers?
Yes, we made the most movies in the season I did. Somebody has just been and I didn't do it, by the way. It
No.
wasn't me. I did Power Rangers. What was it?
Was it Power Rangers in Space or Power Rangers?
No. It was. Anyway, I played Rancic. That thing.
Yeah, I saw your action figure. It came with a little spaceship and everything.
Actually, I was the first character on that series that had ever had an action figure that had a human face, because normally it's the Power Rangers with their masks on.
And then also the villains were all monsters.
Yes. Once again, I was the first one that they...
Because not even Rita got a figure in the set. And she was the only human character other than yours.
Just...
So who is the toughest film person you had to fight?
The toughest film person I've ever had to fight? Dear Lord. I've never been asked that one. You know what, I don't really think... do you mean tough as in filming or tough as in themselves? That while I was
as hard asses as possible when you had to film the fight scene with them. You know, like Schwarzenegger or...
Schwartzy was fine. I mean...
or like Christopher Lambert in The Fortress.
Christopher was a lot of fun, actually. It was funny because we had to rehearse the sequence where we fight on the moving ramp, which is supposedly 80 stories above the ground. And it was really funny because Christopher kept going, more blood, because, getting blood on each other. And he's right in my face while we're doing the scene, which really got me. And so we're really nailing each other and knuckling each other. And it was such a cool scene to do. And when it was over, I was talking to the makeup lady because we were taking all the blood off. And I said, this is the first time in my life I've worked with someone that's a big star, and they've wanted more blood, and they've wanted to be right in your face, and you're hitting each other and doing this scene. I said, that was just so cool. And she said, do you know why he gets in your face? And I said, no. She said, he's blind.
Yeah, I heard that. He's blind.
He's blind. He wears glasses. So
how thick are his glasses?
Every time he hit me, he didn't know it.
So how thick of glasses does Lambert wear?
I never actually saw him with the glass. He was wearing contacts whenever I saw him. But he was fun. But he was pretty tough too, by the way.
It's a thing when you talk about it. Lambert was a big actor at that time, as where Schwarzenegger and Gibson were up and coming when you had to go with them.
And I was very fortunate that I did the movie that launched Gibson and the movie that launched Schwarzenegger, basically, that they both went on from there to much bigger films.
But the funny part about Commando, talking about that, how many other people it launched too, from the comic book industry into Hollywood.
Yes.
That explains why it plays out like a comic book too.
No, it was just a very nice movie.
It's probably my favorite Schwarzenegger film in his entire genre.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I mean, it gets a little bit fantastical towards the end when he kills like 300 guys.
But when doesn't a good comic book character kill 300 guys?
This is right. And I mean, I thought I had one of the best fight sequences with him at the end, and as everybody says, I'm a pretty tough ass because I grab the door of a furnace and don't flinch when it's burning and it's probably white hot and hammer him to death with it. It was really fun doing that. I mean, I enjoyed it.
So how heavy was the Freddie Mercury chain you were wearing in that?
I am not Freddie Mercury on steroids. It was actually made out of wool.
The chain was?
Yeah. It was a knitted vest made out of wool.
That's interesting. It looks like heavy.
And funnily enough, they sell it on a website. I think it's a German or English website, and they sell the actual thing made out of aluminum thread where they've knitted it, and it's way heavier. But no, it was made out of wool.
So what about the Road Warrior? Any stories about that?
Road Warrior was a lot of fun. It was the first film I ever did, so it was one of those films where when you finished it and you saw the reaction of people and what the movie became, it's like, well, my first movie put me at the top of the heap. The only way now is down, because it's like, how do you follow up Road Warrior? I loved it. I mean, it was very cold. Everybody thinks that it was a really hot movie, that we were shooting it out in the desert. That was wonderful. It was freeze-ass cold. In fact, they called me barometer butt. Every time my butt went purple, they would stop filming and put us in where the warmth was because I had no back to my costume.
There was a lot of guys in that army that had no backs to their costumes.
Yeah, but mine was the one that sort of got in the cold all the time.
Yours and the one they called Golden Boy.
Yeah, the kid that was on the motorbike behind me. Yeah, he was our pizza delivery boy.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard that a lot of those guys were real bikers that they had called in to do it.
Well, all the extras, like the guys riding the bikes and the ones that played the Marauders, they were all local bike members and riders from Broken Hill, the town where we shot it in South Australia, New South Wales, South Australian border. So they were all local kids who rode motorbikes all the time. And I mean, all that land is actually what's out there. You can just go for 100 mile in the desert riding your bike and never see a living thing. So everybody rode bikes.
So did you get to ride the front of the truck when it was moving? Or was that stationary?
Yes. No. I was actually riding on the truck with Mel Gibson driving, which was very scary.
So how'd they harness you onto it?
I was actually secured with a rope, the wire rope harness at the front into the grill. But I actually did the fall over the front.
While it was moving? Was it on? Was that harness too?
No, it was a free fall from the top of the truck.
Oh, so if you missed your cue, we wouldn't begin this interview.
I was going to hit the front edge of that truck, and that was going to hurt.